Here goes TV personality Michael Joyce.
So today I need a nutritional consult because I don't eat great. Really what I need is discipline and organization. That's my biggest problem. And I can resist anything but temptation. I can eat healthy for a meal. I can eat healthy for a day. What I can't do is eat healthy for 7 days a week in multiple weeks in a row. So when I'm out of town for 4 days at a time, I'm eating 12 consecutive meals.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little intimidated by you.
Why?
I don't know. We're gonna have you start on this guy. I know I've had you do it like 4 times already.
That's all right.
Put your hands down, be a normal human being for
Nope.
5 seconds. You're supposed to stay on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If anybody wants to sponsor us, please take off some of the percentage we owe you. That'd be great.
All else fails, just go with fat jokes. You won't miss.
Just listen and look at the pictures that it's telling you to do. Don't talk. I know that's the hardest part for you. Just kind of wait. When it says 100%, that's when you come off.
Does anybody have a printer anymore?
Number 1 rule, don't talk.
Talking doesn't affect my in-body.
Now we have our results. Now that we fixed your app, your results will always come to this app.
So I'm coming off 8 weeks where I was traveling, I had an injury. Every year I know from mid-July to Labor Day, it's usually a struggle.
I like to work with people when they're busy because creating those routines while you're busy and then you come out of it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is
like way much easier,
so much easier. My goal for you is to like make sure you're setting realistic and attainable goals.
I'm 48. Right. So my goals are clothes fitting better. You know, I would like to get my waist from 36 to a 34. I just want to look and feel better. The one component that's always been hard for me is diet. Always hard for me for a million reasons.
My biggest thing is like, I really do like to hear when people don't have certain numbers they want to hit. It doesn't freak people out. If we need to get you to a certain spot, like there are sacrifices that need to be made. But for you, what I want us to kind of like go into kind of like a heavier deficit in the beginning to kind of see where we can get you and see how good you feel, and then kind of like maneuver you through that.
There's a million ways to lose weight,
right,
but what's going to work for you? So I feel like since I'm doing Black Box, I know I'm doing, hard workouts for so many days a week. What I really want to do starting this week is I want to be able to see every workout through a couple of the programs, like the Friday upper body, and then, maybe one of the full bodies or something like that, where I hit every workout for the 8 weeks or the 12 weeks, however long it goes. And I want to make sure I'm fueling my body and I'm not only in a deficit and I'm doing more harm than good by eating. I just want to look and feel better. 200, between 190 and 200 is usually where my happy spot is. But if I'm 210, but I look and feel good, I don't really care. I don't care what the number is. I don't. I just feel like I want my clothes to fit. I'm going to get fitted for suits. I have headshots and I'm getting fitted for suits October 21st and 22nd. Okay. So that's 6 weeks away. We're not going to make any huge progress between now and then, but I definitely don't want to swell between now and then. Yeah. And I definitely want to be on the right path. And just be able to feel I'm going in the right direction, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you, where are the races at? Is it done or is it not done?
Del Mar is done. I'm not leaving. I'm not getting in a plane or traveling anywhere for 2 months. I'll be down in Del Mar starting the 25th, 26th. But the show, I'm doing the breakfast show, which means I'm done every day at 10 a.m. So I've got from 10 a.m. to whenever, work out, meal plan, that sort of thing. So it's it's not like my usual, wake up at 8, start working.
Okay.
Have the races all day and get done at 7 at night, go out to dinner.
I'm trying to figure out the best plan of action to kind of where we should start. But what I want to ask you is, what do you think your biggest hurdles are?
The thing I've found is that it's amazing how much fat I eat. Short on protein, over on fat, and carbs I know if I'm going over or not. You know what a carb is, right? Mm-hmm. But there's so much sneaky fat, oils, butters, cheeses, things where you're oh yeah, there's fat in that, but there's a lot of fat.
Did you think you were hitting marks that you should have been hitting, or did you already know something was off?
I knew something was off, but I thought it was going to be carb heavy. I didn't think I was going to be short on protein because I feel I eat a lot of protein, but I don't eat enough. Yeah. And then the fat being over on everything. I'm not surprised that I ate too much fat, but what surprised me was on days that I tried not to go over the fat a lot than I did. So that was more of an eye-opener. There's fat in everything, and you need fat, you need healthy fat, and I get it. You have to hit that point. I also, I have a friend that he's all about diet. He says for him, he just hit your macros and make sure that sometimes you're in a caloric deficit, but you're never over. Yeah. And that's based, and okay, I could do that. But just in my day-to-day life, it's going to take meal planning and discipline to hit my hit those numbers because you think, oh, I'll just eat this. This is healthy. I'll grab this. Like, this can't be bad for you. And then it's like, I just ate a handful of nuts and I hit my fat a lot for the day.
Yes. And I think I like to ask that question because a lot of people really don't realize how little protein they're actually getting, how high are the fats they're actually consuming. And this is through, you have your dressings, your handful of nuts that trail mix is like the worst.
Right.
Especially
because they spray the sugar on the dried fruit too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too, is like dried fruit is fine, but the higher fat content is like it's wild. And like you also have to like look at like how they're processing things too. You just have to ask yourself is like, how much do you want this? And like I know when you ask yourself originally, like, okay, yeah, I do really want that, but you have to ask yourself like, how much work are you willing to put into it? And the reason why I say that is because it does take a lot of planning. It does take a lot of like, okay, this is where I'm going to be tomorrow. This is the meals that are going to be accessible to me. Does that make sense? So it does take a lot of like puzzling.
The other thing is when I work certain shifts, right? So tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm on air from 11 to 2.
Okay.
So I'm either eating a really early lunch or a really late lunch.
Yeah.
Or I'm eating while I'm on the air, which can get me fired. It's a bad look that you're stuffing food in your face. So that's difficult, like trying to manage that. And then finding things like, I can't bring like a rump roast on the air with me, but if I have like a protein bar or if I have like something like a piece of fruit, like I can kind of eat that during break and it kind of keeps me, because the other thing I have to do is manage my energy. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot easier when I was younger because you do stupid things like, oh, I'm going to drink 2 Red Bull before I go on the air and I'll have tons of energy. But now it's, the only thing I really do for a boost is coffee. And then you get like caffeine crashes mid-afternoon. So that doesn't even really work. So,
and again, like I think through a lot of like managing our diet better, you actually might be able to see like not little boosts, but a significant boost in energy.
So how much trouble am I in when you yelled at us? She said, if any of you are coming in here and working out without eating, I'm going to kick you. And I always work out on an empty stomach because I think it's because I used to run and I would wake up and run first thing in the morning. So I would go and run and it was like, oh, great. Like, and I'd have like my Nike watch. It was like, okay, I'm starting the day on like a 700 calorie deficit. Yeah. That's a really simple way to like keep my weight in check.
So that is like a very general rule of like, don't not eat before you work out. But there are so many variables to it. What time of day is it? What kind of person are you? How used to that are you? How do you survive during your workouts? What kind of workout?
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're going to go into a workout and you're going to you're planning on PRing on your back squat and you're not eating before it, like you should probably figure out. And but there's also things that you could eat before your workout that's not a donut or like eggs and toast.
Would you fuel yourself different for a max than you would for a strength workout?
I think so. I mean, I definitely would. I mean, you have to be a little bit more intentional for a strength workout. For the max workout, you're thinking more endurance, right? Because regardless of who's writing the class and what type of class is it, you're still going to be endurance. You're expected to last from the beginning to end.
I don't want to admit this on camera, but I'm going to. So a friend of mine who's a former professional baseball player who was a fitness fanatic, he said before every workout, he would eat a spoonful of peanut butter. And so I'll do that. I'm like, all right, if I feel like I'm empty, I'm like, okay, I'll do that. I mean, is that terrible? Is that normal? Or is that?
Well, it's not terrible.
Is it better than nothing?
Again, you have to, something is better than nothing to certain extents. But again, you kind of have to look at what your goals are, because a spoonful of peanut butter.
There's my fat content.
It's not a little bit of fat. It's a lot of
bit of fats.
I'm actually typing it in as you're talking. Nutrition facts on spoon.
Well, then what did I see Ryan doing the other day? He was having a spoonful of honey before his workout.
Carbs.
So just straight
carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just have to look at certain things, right? So I always suggest to people who are struggling to eat before a workout, a banana.
Right.
Or an apple. Yeah. And that's a quick carb. It's about 24 to 26 grams of carbs. And it's in and out. Those are the easiest things. If you want to go a bit further, you could add a protein shake, but again, what kind of person are you? So is a protein shake and a slosher on your stomach and you're just going to hate every second of it?
Right.
For me, that doesn't bother me. For Ryan, it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Right. So it just kind of depends. I can eat directly right after a workout. Ryan can't, but again.
Well, and that's the other thing I don't know. So I'll do a strength workout and I'll go home and make a protein shake. And I just use frozen fruit, banana,
milk and then like a scoop of protein powder or 2 or whatever the box says.
All right.
But I don't know if like, is that appropriate after a max? Is that is it?
That's totally fine. So the problem is when it comes to nutrition, just like fitness, is that there's a lot of information out there, right?
Right.
And like something worked for one person this one time, so now it's the majority.
Well, whatever you're doing, you have to stick with it, right? So like you can't be like Atkins one day, paleo the next, right? Like you have to like see that path out.
Yeah.
So so that's kind of why I'm here, because I don't want to just like grab stuff that like I know from like previous lives and just
and you're gonna it's gonna be confusing, and that's why we and me like to just like simplify it, just like strip it all the way down. You know, like don't worry about times you're eating things. Yeah. Don't worry about when you're eating things. Yes, there are certain times and like post and pre-workout that certain things like do better for you. Again, like it just has to be individualized. Right. You know, like what works for you now, not what worked for you 20 years ago. And just so you know, 1 tablespoon, not regular spoon of peanut butter is 95 calories. And this is per AI Google overview. So don't quote me fully, but approximately it is 95 calories, 8 grams of fat, 3.5 grams of carbs, and 3.5 to 4 grams of protein. Again, that is a normal tablespoon. So let's just kind of like scroll back. Planning is the issue.
Planning is the issue. So my sister-in-law does this. Ryan told me, I do my meal planning on Sunday. So
is Sunday a good day for you?
No, I mean, for me, my Sunday's a Tuesday, right? So the best day for me to do it would be like Monday or Tuesday. Right. For me, it's meal planning and then sticking with that, right? Like I can meal plan, like if I do my meal planning on Monday, I'm going to be good Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay.
Thursday is gamble. Friday, because my work week starts and then all the things, like that distract me. That's why I'm good at television and I'm bad at everything else, because when your red light's on, there's only one thing to do.
Yeah.
But I'm totally like, in all other walks of life, I get really distracted. So it's hard for me to maintain my attention and my focus that long. I can meal plan and put everything, I don't really meal plan, but I can be good and eat healthy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I'm eating at home, I'm making my own meals and whatnot. Then you get to the weekend and you're running out of groceries, you're in a rush, and that's when it's like, screw it, let's get pizza today. The discipline and the organization that's what's hard for me. And I mean, you can't tell me how to, be more disciplined, but what you can tell me is how I should be eating to get to those goals. And then if you're meal planning on Sunday, how do you hold it together for six days, right? Yeah. That's what's amazing to me. It's like, so you can't make a meal 6 days out because it'll go bad. But
and like I'm listening to everything that you're saying. Like I really am. And like, so when you say I get to Thursday and it kind of becomes like, you don't know, and then food's out, you don't know what to do. So like what we need to kind of scratch is this thing.
Yeah.
It's hard, so therefore I need to have pizza.
Right.
No, that's not true. If you like absolutely need to order out, there are other options. Right. And that's like kind of like what I want you, like your mind to shift to, because there are other options outside of just like the easiest, best tasting thing.
The easiest thing to do when you're ordering out is get a salad. Everywhere has a salad, right? So I'm always all right, I'll get a salad.
But even salads you have to be careful with, right?
Right, because you can't drown it in ranch, because then that, I usually do a vinaigrette, so I tell myself that's better, or I'll dress it myself.
But even then, even with like just like the easiest thing is a salad with the vinaigrette. Yes and no, because then you have your blue cheese, and then you have your bacon bits, and then you have your croutons and everything, and then it just starts climbing. Yeah. Yes, you can also still get like a plate of food,
and you can also get 9,000 calories in a taco salad.
Yeah, exactly. and like I think it was like when the calories thing started coming out, like on the menus and stuff. I don't know if that makes me sound really old, but like when they started putting like the calories and like nutrition facts like next to things on the menus at restaurants, I think at Bubba Gump's they had like these like 6 shrimp. And there was stuffed shrimp. It was just 6 shrimp, right? It was 2,600 calories. Yeah. And like, but it's like, you think it's just 6 shrimp.
6 shrimp, yeah.
But it was also like swimming in butter. If I get busy, there's still options around it, right? And I think for you too, because it really is such a good thing, because you don't drink, it does take a lot of mistakes out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we can focus more on like the problem solving of it.
Well, because it's the calories from drinking, and then it's the calories from what you decide to eat when you're drunk, and you have no inhibition. You're like,
and then also the lack of sleep, and also just like everything that kind of like crumbles around it. Right. You said your best days to meal prep is
Mondays and Tuesdays.
That's just a day you need to just look at your week.
Right.
This week I have the breakfast show.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be unavailable to be eating from 11 to 2.
Yeah.
So I know I need to eat something with a little bit more like carbs for that, because I don't want to be starving halfway through it and like you're like kind of like getting this brain fog. Then you have something for after that too, and make sure they're packable. You can pack them, you can bring them with you. Like you don't bring a yogurt and leave it in your car because it's going to be mush.
Right.
And then the next day after that, I'm sitting at home. I'm going to be tired, so therefore I'm going to have these meals in the fridge still because I'm exhausted from everything else I just did. I think cooking should be not a chore.
Right.
At all. I think it needs to be just as easy as humanly possible. Just get something that you like, a protein, get something that you like, a carb, get something that you like, fat, and just like mass make it. So the way you do that is, for us in our household, we go to Costco, right? And we get our, let's just say chicken, not rotisserie chicken.
Why? What's wrong with rotisserie chicken?
Just don't do it. It's high in fat. Chicken thighs are also usually higher in fat. People do like them. I personally don't like them. I get chicken breasts, shred them up, bake them in a crock pot. Just make it easy. Put them in a big container. You could either separate it for the week, or you can have it in one container, so that way you can just grab and go.
Yeah. Are you weighing your food?
When they're in the containers. With the meals in the containers preset, you have to know where you're going to be already.
Right.
You have to expect that you're going to be able to warm up that food when you're ready to eat it.
Right.
You know, so it's a little bit, you have to be very predictable. The other one is kind of like for your more unpredictable lifestyle. Like I like the big container thing. It is inconvenient sometimes when you're in a rush, but it's like, you got to pick what's going to be the best option for you. So same thing with like ground beef. Just cook it all at the same time. Season it up, put some kind of like sauce in there. If you're cooking with that sauce, you do have to take that into account.
But there's different caliber. Like you say, like, okay, cook all your carbs. Like eating brown rice is better than eating like white bread, right? Like isn't that like
not really.
Doesn't matter.
Really. I mean, like it's just different. It's just different, right? Like you could eat white bread. You just have to account for it. You know, everything. And this is the thing, is like everything is good in moderation. Everything. We have pizza Wednesdays, you know, on Sundays, we usually like to either have like a cheeseburger or like some kind of steak, but we account for it.
Because there's an Instagram post of you with like a whole box of cookies on the, like one time.
I love cookies, but again, like we account for it,
right?
You know, so like
you didn't eat cookies every day that week. You ate cookies once.
Right. Just that one time. No, but it's, you also kind of have to like account, like, so like if there's like a Saturday night where Ryan and I are like having like a date night, I'm going to kind of adjust my day to match that night, because like I know we're going out tonight. I know it's going to be in a steakhouse. I know they put a lot of butter on there. I know they put a lot of oil on there. I'm going to like lower my fat content for the day earlier and also kind of reduce my carbs and focus on protein. So at night I can go a little bit heavier with things. And it's still not going to be exact, but also the trade-off is I just had a great night. You want to just like, just prep for your week the easiest way possible. Make it like the least stressful, non-chore.
Is the time or the meal, like the time of day or the meal, affect what I'm eating? Or is it just all
not really
hit the numbers by the end of the day?
That's just another noise thing, right? It's an overcomplicated answer. Yes and no, but also not really.
Right.
You know, so like, like my only thing would be like, just don't eat 30 seconds before you're going to go to sleep.
Right.
You know, because then it's going to kind of mess with your sleep patterns and the fact that you're super full, you know, that would be my only thing. But even then, it's like, if you're starving and then you want to go to sleep, eat. As far as like food that like travels, you need to be able to take foods that you can just like pop open and like assume that there's not going to be a microwave. Either you're okay with eating it cold or it's meant to be eaten cold.
Sandwiches, easiest thing to like take somewhere. But is that like too much bread? Is it just account for it? So just count up whatever it is and just account for it.
Just account for it. You could eat as much bread as you want as long as it fits.
Right.
Right. Like there's gonna be like better choices of bread. There's gonna be like better choices in everything. So for me, I wake up, I have my coffee, I have my protein shake and my fancy peanut butter and jelly. I come to the gym, then I have oatmeal because it travels well and it tastes good cold. I don't really have to think about it. I just eat it real quick. When I go home, I'll have lunch, which is usually beef and potatoes. And then at night, I'll have chicken and rice. I think it, like the way I'm describing it makes it sound really boring, but like I put sauce on it and it tastes very good. Like If it's boring, I'm going to hate it and I'm going to want to have something quick and easy.
Do you care, like, is there a difference between animal protein and like plant protein? Like, it doesn't matter so long as you get the protein?
Are you vegan?
No, I'm not. I'm just
vegetarian?
curious. No, I'm just curious.
Certain proteins definitely like metabolize a little bit differently in your body, but like if you eat animals and you're not a vegan or you're not vegetarian, then
there's no point. Yeah.
But protein powder, on the other hand, we shouldn't be using that as like, I know we sell like our Fairlifes here and people love them. I think already prepared protein drinks, already prepared protein bars, those are things that you should just be eating if you're treating yourself or if you have no other option.
Protein bars, for whatever reason, they just kind of make my stomach go, ugh, lately.
Yeah. They're not bad, but they're also not good. If you can get your protein source from actual like animal protein, that is the best. And then if you're gonna have a protein drink, the powdered ones are better because again, like it's just all the processing that goes into like the open, ready to go ones.
And then how many vegetables are you eating in a day? Do you eat a lot?
You're supposed to have a cup per meal.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I am not the best with that. So that's why I do like my powdered greens. It's kind of like the same thing. Like it's not the best, but like I'm also not going to eat it.
That's the one thing I could eat a salad every day and some days too.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Because it fills you up and it's, I don't want to say it's guilt free, but you don't feel like, ugh, because it's not as dense.
And also because fiber. It is recommended that you do eat the veggies like that. But if you are just somebody like me who struggles with it, like the powders are a good alternative.
Yeah.
They're not the best alternative, but they're decent. Any supplements are that. They're supposed to supplement for something you're not getting. Right. Or you're not able to get on your own. So if you can't, you supplement. If you are in control of it and if you are able, definitely do it without it.
Yeah. Well, what I'm getting is that I just need to take the time and cook a bunch on Tuesday and maybe even do it twice a week. Like, cause I'm not going to be able to.
Well, do you guys go to Costco?
We don't. We probably should. My wife loves Whole Foods. I hate Whole Foods. I'm a Trader Joe's guy.
We like Costco because we eat a lot. Costco has like the veggie bags where you can just grab one of the bags and put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. And one of those bags will actually last you like a couple days. Easy options.
Right.
You know, and it's still veggies. It's frozen, but it's like, it's still veggies.
It's still veggies, right.
Yeah. If you want to go to Whole Foods and you want to pick out like the right broccoli head, you want to like, you want to wash it and steam it, and you have the time, good for you.
And then they say it's organic, and I think they're just throwing dirt on it. Yeah,
they probably are. So you do have experience now with your carbon diet. I like carbon diet because it's very user friendly. It's just very user friendly. It's easy to input food. The metrics are easy to read, and it's just well put together, in my opinion. And again, it's $10 versus it's $20 counterpart. Let me see your food log.
So this was Friday, and I was under that day. Getting under the calorie count happens for me frequently.
Let me ask you, when you're logging, I see you have like goat cheese in here. I'm looking at Thursday, by the way. Did you measure that?
Yes.
Or did you just kind of you guessed? You measured it?
Measured it, yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. So I see you also did some sushi in here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Michael, this is just going to be a lot of just planning. Okay, so what I'm doing in here is I'm actually going to put in what your targets are. The good thing about this is actually not super far off from what you're doing.
But that's just also me this week when you were like, hey, track your food. Like, I mean, if you go through my Carbon app, there's like 6 weeks in a row I don't do it, and then I do it every day for a week. It's the discipline and then the organizing.
It is going to be kind of a shift because you're kind of like, some days you're up here, some days you're down here. So it's going to be kind of like this middle ground of like where I want you to eat. It might not feel like it at first because like the days that you're eating like this and like this, but I want you to try to hit these numbers as much as possible. So what I have you on is 1,900 calories, 145 grams of protein, 169 grams of carbs, and 75 grams of fat. I want you to be as accurate as possible. And the trick is to food logging is log it before your day starts. What you were trying to avoid by doing that is getting to like 9 p.m., you're exhausted. You're putting in your food and you're like, oh shit, I'm 50 grams off of my protein. That way you're not like kind of stressing yourself out. Does that make sense? I like to do it the night before because my mornings are usually super chaotic. I know for breakfast, I'm going to have my peanut butter and jelly, my protein drink, and I already know the measurements of everything. So I'm just entering it all in. And the cool thing about this app is that if you have it more than once, you can just copy and paste it.
Yeah. I've done
you saw that?
So because I have like a smoothie that I make.
So I know I'm going to have that. I know after that, I'm going to be at the gym. So I'm going to have my oatmeal. And then I have my break from now, this time to this time. I'm going to have my beef and potatoes. And then at night, I'm not doing anything except my chicken and rice.
Okay.
And then you know exactly what you're going to be ending up with at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So days like I'm going to drive all the way down to Irvine and I'm going to go have lunch there. We're going to go to this place, this noodle place. I'm going to look up the menu. I know I'm going to get this. Like I said, like this is kind of what comes into play of like, how badly do you want this?
Right.
Right. Like how badly
you have to put in the time every night.
Exactly.
Put your food in and then stick with it.
If your mornings aren't hectic and you do have time to sit there and do that, do it in the mornings.
Right.
You know, make it as convenient for you, not convenient for everybody else.
Right.
Because that's how you're going to be the most successful with it. I don't like when people get crazy about hitting them exactly. You know, you have to know that there's like a room for error just with everything. Like even with like you measuring things and logging them exactly, scanning the barcodes, like it's still things that are going to be missed. So when you start logging, I want you to send me your logs and then we'll talk about it together as we go on.
Okay.
Like this is too much room or is this just enough room?
I think you said do the body scan once a week or once a month or something like that.
So you're working with me. So that means every single night or next morning, you're going to screenshot everything you consume from here all the way down.
Every day?
I'm going to know if you're lying because we have this scanner that you're going to be jumping on. Sometimes I like to do twice a week. I think for you, we'll just stick to the once a week. So pick a day that like you could for sure come to once a week.
Okay. Tuesdays usually.
Tuesdays? Okay.
That's when I do your sadistic max class.
Love it. The best class here.
My goal, now that Del Mar is over, I want to be in here 4 days a week. I really want to do the Friday upper body program start to finish.
Yeah.
Because now's the time of year that I can do it because I'm not going into Fridays. I definitely want to I would love to do 3 strength classes and 1 max class a week. That would be perfect.
And that's beautiful. That's actually a very good attainable and also very good plan that's going to be running with this. On Mondays or Sundays, I want you to text me your workout schedule for the week.
Okay.
And even if it's the same thing every single week, I want to see it every single week. In strength classes, I want you to log your weights. Primaries, you did this weight. Accessories, you did this weight. It's so important because, you know, that's your starting point. And this is a brand new week, brand new program. So
I might actually do a actual pen and paper.
That's fine.
Clipboard it.
That's great.
I like getting away from my phone.
No, honestly, whatever works. If you want to do pen and paper, that's even better, truly. And every single week, you're going to go up in weight within reason. If you're super struggling one week and you're just like, I cannot do this, then you're obviously not going to go up in weight next week. You know, if you can go up in weight, your goal is to go up in weight. And this is what I want you to focus on every single strength class.
Yeah.
I shout this to every single class. I shout this to every person that ever listens. If you're taking class, you don't have someone writing the programs for you specifically, you need to be progressing yourself some way, somehow during these classes. Right. Log your weights and progress yourself. I did not ask you this. How is your water and sleep?
I drink a lot of water. The only things I drink are water, coffee, and sparkling water.
What I want you to do is actually get 4 of those. If you're drinking 20 ounces, it's 20, 40, 60, 80.
Okay.
80 ounces minimum. Water, sleep, where we sleep.
A solid 6.5, 7 hours a night.
Okay.
8 on occasion, but.
Screenshotting your log at the end of the day, sending it to me. Don't worry about what time you're sending it to me. Scanning in once a week and just ask me all the questions you need to ask. Use me as much as possible because that's what I'm here for.
Pretty annoying. I ask you guys a lot of things.
You do ask us a lot of stuff.
Oh, nutso. Your 7 seed?
Yeah, that's it. 7 seed.
And they named it after you too.
This is yeah, and that's my super greens. That's my almond milk that I use. This is all Costco. That's obviously Costco brand. Just like a slide. That's me in a Men in Black music video that Ryan decided.
Really?
Did you not know this?
She's so famous.
Did you not know that I was a child actor?
No, I did not.
Do you have any questions?
Just like a couple things. I just want to throw what I heard and what I think I'm going to do is, for example, right? And my wife and I used to do this a lot more than we are, but I think I'm going to, like every week, I'm going to boil a dozen eggs. And then just vegetables, brown rice. I mean, those are all things, like these are things I know. I just think I want to be how you did it, like your strategy, doing it once a week or twice a week.
Yeah.
Hearing you say that's all noise to some of the questions I had earlier was good. Like, I don't want to worry about what I'm eating at what time of day per se. I don't want to think, oh, I can have this here, but I can't have it here. I think
just knowing, hey, I've got to hit these macros that you laid out for me. It's going to take me, some trial and error, I'm sure, but just to have a basic format to go after, I think is really the biggest hurdle for me to go after, instead of just being nebulous out there and trying to figure it out on my own.
Biggest takeaway from this is that anything and everything for convenience. If it's easy, just do that and make it work for you.
Right? I need that. I need it simple, because
keep it simple.
Once it gets too complicated for me, I'm like, that's when I
100%. You're like, oh, I missed my 12 o'clock egg time. Therefore, I'm done.
Let's go to Five Guys. I'm getting 3 burgers.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. The convenience portion of what I'm saying is just like bull crap. Plan out where you're going to be. That's why I think for you, like putting the things in the containers might be a little bit of a catalyst for you specifically, just because there's a lot of times where you don't know where you're going to be.
Right.
I think that might be a little hard for you, but that's just my opinion.
And then when I start traveling again, we can do this whole thing over.
Oh yeah. Then I'm going to introduce you to freeze dry bags.
Oh boy. Takes me back to my backpacking days.
Yep. That's right. I have a client who every single week, she travels once a week for half the week. We've found solutions for her that's easy for her. Her job is client dinners. It's just a mess, but she makes it work for her and she still sees results. It has to be customizable to you.
Yeah.
If you buy these meal plans or nutrition programs, or my friend said this works, like that's great. That works for them, but is it going to work for you? If you're living a normal 9 to 5 and you know exactly where you're going to be and there's going to be a microwave around you at all times, your stress is 0, your sleep is amazing, you have no kids, then great. Those things are probably going to work for you. So just take it as we go.
All right. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this plan.
Good.